Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you can hear what I hear, um, but I need to point out something to everybody. Uh, it's your friend Bruno Biava, um, and I know that uh, during a live session in the evening, um, somebody pointed out how peaceful and quiet it is here. And I tried to explain that it's kind of deceptive, and I'm going to show you one of the reasons why. You see, where I live is actually surrounded by industry, and maybe you can hear it in the background. But just down the street from me, about 50 yards distant, if you look down there, you can see a little bit of smoke rising from a cement mixer and the sounds of the cement plant. And what they're doing right now is they're actually blowing cement from a trailer. It's a powder, very, very fine powder, up into the storage silo. And in order to do that, they have to run a truck engine wide open in order to run a compressor pump to drive the air, or actually a type of a compressor, so that they can drive the air to keep the cement fluid in the tubing and blow it up into the storage silo. This is part of how cement is made, and the cement plant has been here for probably close to 50 years, I would say. It was another one of Tom Fehrenbacher's enterprises back in the day. It's no longer owned by Tom, but or the Fehrenbacher LLC, as far as I know. I believe it's part of Schrei Systems Incorporated. And but yeah, right now it's 7:30 in the morning, and they just started about maybe 10 minutes ago. And so yeah, it's not always peaceful and quiet here. So it is a bit of a, you have to get used to things. You have to get used to the rhythm here. And, for me, that means that I have to, kind of play a game with timing and such and everything else. It looks like somebody stepped aboard here to say hi. Let me take off my glasses so I can actually point that out. And Not a Troll is asking about whether I have a daughter. No, actually, I don't. And the Tahita family on 5 people say hi. Good morning. Good morning. And Pink 97 says it's 1 p.m. where they are, which means that you must be close to UTC, 1300. Or actually getting into that hour, I would think. It's 07:32 here. So how is everybody doing? Oh yeah, and maybe you just heard the train whistle. That's, I don't know if you can see those down there, but they're actually loading a grain train. You can start to see the hopper being pulled down towards the grain elevator. And they pull them in strings of about 20 to 30 cars. And so, Pink, where are you from? Where in the world are you this morning? Yeah, we're just having a morning chat. Nothing too spectacular. Just thought we'd get get up and visit, and thought I'd show you some things going on here. But yeah, I'm not really sure where I'm going to actually file this video. I actually meant to just be up for a couple moments just to show everybody, this is part of, part of living in a mobile home park. And thank you for the likes. We always appreciate that. And Pink is from England. Welcome aboard. Tell everyone in England, and excuse me, we just had a truck go by. Tell everyone in jolly old England and throughout Great Britain that old Bruno across the pond says home. And the Cheetah family, they say hi to everyone, and Giga Cat says hello. How are you guys all doing? It's so good to have you aboard. Yeah. And go outside here, and that's their handle. It says 6:34 here. If I sleep in on Saturday, I feel terrible, or I can't get right on Monday. Yep. There you can hear one of the cement trucks starting to drive off on its next mission. We're just out of a heat advisory, and although it's going to get kind of hot and humid today with a chance of rain, those cement trucks are trying to get out ahead of the weather so that they can pour the cement while it's still cool, and so it'll set correctly. Pouring cement is somewhat of a lot of art and a lot of science involved with that. And News 43 with JR says hi. Hey JR, it's good to have you back. How are you doing? Yeah, we're just got a nice cool overcast morning. It's in the mid to upper 70s in Fahrenheit here. We're going to have sky cover throughout most of the day. It will get kind of warm this afternoon, though. We're anticipating a high in the mid 90s, and with a heat index, a high in the 90s, or right around 80, 90 degrees, I should say. I'm still trying to wake up a little bit this morning. And JR's checking in and says he's doing good. Yeah. And so go outside. I'm curious, are you out on the West Coast or out in the mountain ranges? Mountain time zone? Is that AM or PM? Yeah. But yeah, we're just having a beautiful morning if you can focus on nature, and we have a nice little breeze. You can see the flag just starting to wave a little bit. A little late in the morning for me. I was up kind of late last night. Beautiful evening. The stars were out. I would have done sunset last night, but my friend Clip Fleaver came by just as I was getting ready to go out, and he was mowing some properties and had a mechanical failure with one of his tractors that he was working with, and he didn't have anyone else to help him. So he dropped by and snaggled me, and we went out and had a fun little evening going out and rescuing tractors, little Ron tractors and such. It was nice to get up by Verner Lake and reminisce about Verner Lake. It was a fun little adventure. And Dalton Shoulders has come aboard and said hello. Hi, Dalton. Where are you in the world? What time is it where you are? And Dalton's checking in, says he's doing good. Wonderful. Just wonderful. Yeah. But after I came back, it's 7:38 where Dalton is. So actually, if that's AM, you're in the same time zone that I happen to be sitting in. So Yeah, Central Daylight Time. But yeah, last night was gorgeous, and I was able to watch the moon peek through the clouds in the distance as it descended, and just sitting back with my earbuds in, listening to Lisa Tarba, a couple of her programs, which are on BBC Radio 2 and are recorded. And what I was doing was listening to her music and then looking it up on YouTube Music and then creating a playlist of just her music. And putting her name on it, her image, and then adding that to my music playlists. But the important thing to remember is about that, okay? Music moves me a lot. Music's very important to me. And Lisa's and her supporting cast contribute a great deal to me in what they do, because they play a lot of good music that from all different eras that I appreciate, and some that I've forgotten, and some that I've never even heard of. And it's just absolutely wonderful what her live programs are. And she'll be live this afternoon our time. Oh, I want to say somewhere around the 5 o'clock hour. Or I take that back. Around, I get it turned around. Actually, around the 11 o'clock hour on BBC Radio 2. And she's so much fun to listen to, and is so gifted. And to be perfectly honest, I have the most terrible crush on this woman. And I know I'm never going to meet her. But, and I'm probably like countless millions of other men my age in having that crush. And I don't mind, I don't mind at all being just one of many. I just consider myself so blessed to have been able to become aware of Lisa. She's such a gift to all of us. And her music, the music she plays, such an eclectic mix, and it's just wonderful. And JR's checking in. He says it's cloudy over here in New Jersey with rain and thunderstorms are possible for tonight. And also tomorrow will be 92 degrees over here in New Jersey. Yeah. Yeah, we've got weather. Yeah. It's just like today. Here in southern Illinois, we're anticipating a high of around 89. Heat indices going upwards of 95 to 98 degrees, mostly overcast, although it will clear for a while, and a chance of thunderstorms probably between 11 and noon. But actually, as the day wears on, after those storms arrive, and if they dump a little bit of rain, our humidity will come up, and the skies will clear a little bit, and that is when the heat indices will actually be highest. It's probably around 5 o'clock this evening. So that's what we've got here. But yeah, back to Lisa. I really don't mean to ride her coattails. I really don't. It's just that the BBC has made changes and are still making changes to their programming as it's seen outside of the United Kingdom. And it's people like Lisa and the rest of you in Great Britain that help sustain us over here in the United States. You help us keep touch with our, with the culture that has so influenced our own and should influence our own over the years. And but Lisa, how can I put it? Her program kind of reminds me a little bit. Well, the music definitely reminds me of the kind of music I used to hear on WXRT out of Chicago. But instead of having a male DJ, because most all of the DJs out of WXRT were male back in the 1980s and into the early 1990s, Lisa, of course, is a woman. And she is just hip as can possibly be. A wealth of experience, has been an actress, very well connected, funny, imaginative woman. Just an absolute joy to listen to. And my neighbor's daughter has just dropped by to their house to pick up a dog crate. It's like she's going to be leading a journey herself for too often long, and her dad has gotten her a new dog crate to haul her dog on a vacation. So that's a good thing. Yeah. So hang on just a second, folks. I'll be right back. Okay. Well, I was going to go over and see if she needed some help loading that, but I think she's going to go ask her dad to do that. So that's a good thing. And JR says, time flies by fast. It is almost July soon. Isn't that the truth? What have we got, 2 days? And of course, you know what they say. Time flies like an arrow, but fruit flies like a banana. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear Harley over at my neighbor's house. Harley gets so excited when my friend's daughter, my neighbor's daughter, comes to visit. So you've just now picked up the crate and they're getting ready to load it into the back of their car, or their daughter's car. It's a wonderful thing to see. I was talking with my neighbor and reminiscing about my own dogs from back in the day. Happy memories. So how about you? What are your pets like? You guys have pets? You like to take them traveling, or do you have any funny stories to share about traveling with your pets? I mean, I can tell you about my pets, but it'd be more fun to hear about yours. Because remember, this channel isn't about me, it's about all of you and what you can contribute. Of course, you can hear the cement truck in the distance as it's blowing the the cement up into the storage bin, or the silo, for the cement to be blended. And maybe you can hear the sound of the train whistle down by the grain elevator. There is the locomotive is actually remotely operated, and that train horn blows every time every time the locomotive moves, just as a warning to people at the grain elevator. You get used to it after a while. And JR, News 43 with JR says, people were throwing fireworks already, and it's not even the 4th of July yet. Oh yeah, we have that here too. Last night there were a couple of, you could hear a couple of mortar shells, probably around, I want to say it was probably around 10 or 11 o'clock when I heard a mortar. You can hear more noise from the cement plant. But that's just the way it is around here. It's not all a bed of roses. You gotta get used to the industry around here. Sometimes when it's dry and the winds come up out of the south, they're kind of like a Scirocco, and they'll bring the grain dust and the dust off the fields and even some of the chemical, and deposit it here. And then of course, if I pan over here, you can actually see the trailers at the trucking company, and that's all paved with, not really paved, but covered with gravel. The lot is back there, and occasionally they regrade that, and if the wind's out of the north, when they regrade it or add more gravel to it, we'll get a lot of dust, and it just covers everything here. And Simran's checked aboard. Hello, Simran. How are you? Yeah. We're just sitting here talking about a little bit of everything. And Simran says, I'm BC. Okay. Now, back. Okay. That's what BC is. Simran says they're back. Well, welcome back, Simran. How are things in your world this morning? And Simran says it's been a while since we saw. Oh. Well, it's, how can I put it? I've been up and down and whatnot, and like I said, this is not a regularly scheduled thing. I just kind of throw these things up from time to time. But it's always good to have friends check back in. Yeah. And now you can hear the rhythm of industry on a Saturday morning. Scan back here, you can see one of the cement trucks maybe starting to back out. We'll see it in a moment. Maybe. I don't know if you can hear it or not. There it comes. See it back out there. Yeah, you have to watch the traffic when you go by there. You never know when one of those things is going to back out in front of you, or when one of the big trucks comes in with either stone or sand or more cement and powder. create a little bit of a traffic jam. And Trucking with JR says, what is your favorite weather? And Simran's asked if that's a mine. No, actually, it is a cement plant. So, but to Trucking with JR, well, gee whiz. Interestingly enough, it is days just like today in the summertime, because back in the day, how can I put it? When I was more ambulatory, there were days like today that I used to call them 1,800-mile days, because I could travel overland 1,800 miles on a day like today. And not be burned or uncomfortable in the cab or anything like that. They were just beautiful. And you could roll the window down and feel the breeze. Yeah. So actually, I like overcast days. And Simran is getting ready to go into 5th grade next year. And you know what? I'm going to scan back over here between the trailers again. And if you look off there in the distance, if you can see that one stanchion under my awning with a little hook on it, and you look above it, you can see that patch of blue sky. So, the sun, the overcast is starting to break up a little bit. And let me scan back over here. You can see it over this way. If you look beyond those trees, you might be able to see in that gap off to our starboard side. You might be able to see the sun starting to break through over there. Yeah. So Simran, do you have big plans for summer break? Yeah, it's definitely Saturday now. Yeah. And Simran says, yes, they do have big plans. So I know our friend Pat is getting ready for drum corps camp, and Simran's going to be going to Portugal for 10 days. That sounds wonderful. I've never been to Portugal. Actually, I've never been outside of the United States and Canada. But that is wonderful that you get to go to Portugal. One of my friend's sons, they just got back from Europe on a trip. And Simran's also going to be going to Italy. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'd love to visit those places. And News 43 with JR asks, do you like the Beatles? They play great music. Oh, of course they do. I like just about everybody when it comes to music. Yeah. But how can I put it? I try to listen to a little bit of everything. And of course, my musical, appreciation has been influenced by so many things. So I can't really say that I have a favorite, but yeah, I definitely like the Beatles. And JR agrees. Yeah. Well, I actually didn't mean to make this a really long video this morning, but I just thought I'd bring it up so that some of you could begin to understand that, living in a mobile home park, it's very dynamic, is a good way to put it. There's a lot of dynamism. especially this one. Being surrounded by industry and you know, the changes in management and their attitudes and you know, our neighbors as they come and go. Comes somebody else and they might honk or wave at us as we go by. But yeah. I decided to make a little quick video this morning. I've still got to go back inside and I'm actually soaking some shirts in the laundry and got to start the laundry back up so I can finish those up and hang them up to dry while I got a chance. So that's pretty much my big exciting morning. Of course, I have other things I need to take care of. And, I'm sure you guys do too. But thanks for joining with us and coming aboard. We always appreciate that. And remember to be kind and thoughtful and respectful and mindful. And for those of you over in Great Britain and in Mother England, let everybody know I really appreciate everyone over there. And yeah, you're always going to be ahead of us. So, okay. So, we'll let you all go for now. Stay safe. Have fun. Good luck and Godspeed. And we hope to see you around town.